Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Pokemon stream. But before that, I want to stress this because there are people that are like me posting this on our station and Instagram. So say no to AI generated images. Thank you. Just like a service message. That's it. Now let's get back to the Pokemon. Hello, Chase.
Hey, I bet this is
Yeah.
gonna be a fun stream.
Well, hopefully, we'll see. So yesterday we stopped in here. Had ABC. It's still up for stakes. I don't know. I don't. I didn't decide on these. I'm not sure. I would. I'm probably gonna have to add it, like to make the head larger as well. So I will see. Hello,
Hey,
casual. Welcome. I'm gonna
It's morning
bump.
for me, but
I'm gonna
good
bump
afternoon
up
to you.
my volume a little bit so I can hear you. There you go. Now where's my pure ref and lazy Nizumi also? Actually, no, I'm gonna do without lazy Nizumi. So, stage two. I like this one. Yeah, sure. Where is it now? God, I've got so many layers. Sketch two. There you go, sketch two. Okay, I kind of like this one in the square, but I feel like it can be worked on. Also based on what's coming out of here. Obviously, we cannot use this because the pose is very similar. So we will see. But first, sip of water, so they did not cough too much. Yes, let's try to work on stage two. So stage one is like playing with a bubble. Stage two might be telekinesising a bubble, or do something else. Let's see. Let's see. This one might also be a good one.
Yeah, or it's like using the bubble as a way to hone its psychic powers. Like it
Also,
doesn't want the
yeah,
bubble. It doesn't want the bubble to pop, so it's using its psychic powers to prevent
that
it
could
from
also
popping.
be interpretation. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, maybe it's trying to hold it together. That would be an interesting take as well. Obviously, once the various poses are decided, the face will have to look similar to a degree because right now it's a little weird. It's a little different, but we'll see. All right. You know what? It's funny because when I'm not drawing, when I'm doing something else, sometimes I get like flashes of good design things that I might do, but then when I get to drawing, I forget. So, oh, by the way, I want to check. I wonder if, yeah, the stream should be good. 6,000, yeah. It should be good for now. Okay. So this, I will actually zoom back. And what if I, these are all here. So let me take, I'm going to take this one. Not necessarily going to be this one, just an example. Just put it there and compare. Okay. Because I always want to have them close and be able to see them. Beautiful. Okay, maybe. I don't want it to feel like it's bipedal, like the one that's keeping the bubble from bursting is. It kind of feels a little bit bipedal, but not sure. So I do want the overall feeling to be.
I don't know. I kind of saw it as like it was on its back.
It
Like,
is. It is. It is kind of floating in the air, probably. That was my idea, but
Well, I mean, it was giving me kind of like otter vibes, like how otters are on their backs in the water.
yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah. In fact, the various poses here, like the more dynamic ones, I think I was just remembering when I tried to design a sort of otter thing, I don't remember what it was or for what reason, but I use a lot of otter images, and that's where I got those poses from. Except they would have the tail as well. So, actually, that's a pretty. You know what? Let me do it. Let's see if I could find a swimming otter for the pose of this, because they're pretty dynamic. They're pretty cool usually, the poses they take. Hey, Emperor of Pals, welcome back.
Person, welcome to the stream.
So I'll let a swimming otter. This is not an otter, but it could still have something similar in terms of, you know, being able to swim. It's good at, maybe you can have like a little, same little. I do feel like it should have some sort of.
Hey Jay, welcome on YouTube.
Oh, hey there, Jay. Or Just. I forgot, did we ask you how you want it to be called? Jay or Just?
Jay.
Jay? Okay, then Jay, it is. I will hopefully remember next time.
Jay, you've been posting your sketches on the Discord, and I really like a lot of your ideas and drawings. They're pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to look at them again, because I'm not remembering right now. It's the same as the other. Same pose.
He posts all of his stuff physical, like he does actual physical drawings.
Oh, right. I think I saw it. Yeah, actually commented on that. Yeah.
There's a lot of neat detail on them too. That's impressive.
I feel like there would be wasted as Pokemon designs though. Like they feel more like features for something like a more complex type of game, which is cool. Hey person, don't worry. It's fine. I mean, there isn't much progress. Just we're kind of I don't know if you caught the VOD, but we're kind of settling on these for stage 1 and trying to work out stage 2. If I stop chit-chatting.
I sound really low.
You kind of were low, so that's why I had to bump up my volume a little bit.
That must be Discord then.
It might be, yeah. I didn't change any setting, but I can. Oh no, Discord voice is 100% already, so can't do much.
I mean, my input volume is all the way up.
Oh, really low? Can barely hear him. Well, I didn't change anything, Cheese, so I don't know why you can hear him better now. Did you change it to a beaver or is it still a capybara? It's still a capybara. I'm still undecided about the tail, so that's why. I added that tail, just to have a little more variety. It doesn't have to be strictly a specific animal. Just mostly, probably in the ballpark, would work. Let's see if I. This is kind of like the other poses I had for stage 1. I don't see it being able to use psychic powers though if it's completely a quadruped. Maybe it can be something in between, like a Nidorina. So
does my mic sound louder now?
It does sound louder, yeah.
Okay.
Did you do?
Yeah, I had to go into the system settings. For some reason, it was on like 75 instead of 100.
Okay. Actually, use Nidorina as a reference because I can't do it out of my head. Where is that? Okay, there you go. Okay, so it's something in between pose.
Used to play Monster Legends. Is that like a like a mobile game.
I don't think I've heard about it. I have to admit.
Have a Lechonk on the house. Nemo doesn't like Lechonk. I don't mind it though.
Okay, it's not too bad. I don't like the fact that it's got like, how do you call that disease that people have when they get like that disgusting yellow thing in the eyes? That's what it looks like to
Oh,
me.
so you don't like the pus that's coming out of its eye?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a specific name for it, not just pus. Like conjunctivitis, something like that. Not a fan.
I think it's okay.
I don't know. Overall, that's more of a taste thing, though. I don't have particular issues with the actual design. Like, I don't think it's wrong or it's violating any specific rule. It's just that I personally don't like it. That's one of the ones that I just don't like. And there are others, like I was saying in the Discord. Design-wise, they're not really a problem. It's just that they don't feel like they're part of the world of Pokemon. Like that.
I think Lechonk is fine. I think my issue is that it's just kind of bland.
Yeah, it's a little one. It's like that olive one. I don't have any issue with that either. But it feels like okay, it's okay. It's not great. And maybe it's even more evident because this generation is lacking some really good ones, right? Because if there are good ones, like very good ones, it's like okay, well, there's the main ones, and then there are fillers, like there's always been, there have always been. But in this case, I feel like they're all below filler level, and they do not even feel like they're part of that world. So. Top right design looks really cute. Top right, you mean that's stage 1 person.
Yeah, I mean every game that has monsters has filler designs.
Yeah,
It's just
that's normal.
it feels like most of the designs feel like filler designs.
Yeah. I feel like almost all of them are very filler-ish. And so I don't feel really compelled to play the game or to capture them, whatever. Which should be the main thing, right?
If you really want to fan flames, let's make a video called "Fixing Lechonk's Trash Design."
I could.
That wouldn't like flame people too much. I mean, Lechonk, that wouldn't really be too legitimate because I wouldn't say Lechonk is trash. I would just say it's
probably not trash.
and-
It's not great, but maybe not trash.
If
And
you
my
really
only
wanted to, I was gonna say, if you really wanted to trigger people, you should do the hammer fairy. That would flame people.
Okay,
hard.
so yeah, the problem I have with that is not even the design itself. Like, I don't care. It's just that it's not a Pokemon. It's not. It's like it's from another game. You quite literally can take this and put it in another game. You could feel better in Splatoon, for example, or any other Nintendo game, but just not Poke. It's not a Pokemon. It's just a little doll with a hammer. So it doesn't really feel like it's part of that.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it. It does. That one does feel like it's from a Splatoon game, not Pokemon.
It's like that's not only Split. I have something in mind. I've seen that design somewhere and I can't remember where. So it would like I don't see technical issues with it like I could see with Belly Bowl. That was just a bunch of shapes that were all the same. That's not even technically a bad design. It's just a bad Pokemon design, I think. That doesn't make sense as a Pokemon. I don't care about the rest of the design. Like, it's not bad per se. Even if I don't like it, because I don't like the type of thing that's portrayed, I don't have any issue with it. The problem is that it's called Pokemon, so it should have Pokemon in it.
Yeah, so that's another thing in terms of design philosophy because remember the big crab Pokemon Cloth that we talked about? I my issue with him isn't necessarily the design. It's just that it doesn't feel like Pokemon. It feels like something when you look at it, it's like from a Ghibli movie, right? That's the
Mm-hmm.
one I was talking about. It's like, yeah, okay, but like the expression, the eyes, the way they designed it, it doesn't feel like a Pokemon. It feels like something from, I don't know, like Spirited Away or something like that.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because I mean a lot of fans can do egregious Pokemon designs, but this is a rat basically, so it's bad. But Game Freak can't. I don't know why they decided to go that route for this generation, but it's not the greatest in terms of look. It's just it really doesn't feel like Pokemon. Like even the ones that I don't like starters from previous generations. I don't even like Oshawott personally. But it kind, there's something that's still Pokemon-ish in that, so it's like okay. But with these ones, they just don't feel like that. They simply don't. And someone probably going to argue, oh well, not all the Pokemon need to be in Sugimori style. Yes and no. Given that's the original material, we talked about this already. They kind of need to have the same feeling, at least the same sort of feeling. When you design for a game that's an established IP, you are given design guidelines that you have to follow. Strictly speaking, about working in the industry, you can't just do whatever you want. And so I feel like that's the issue here, one of the issues.
We should do a video where like we go through every generation and we give like quick thoughts on every Pokemon.
Yeah.
Not like redesigning, but more like just like, maybe a 2 to 3 minute opinion on each Pokemon.
Yeah. That could work. Like there are some in Gen 1 that I don't like.
Oh, same here, yeah.
It's just that the whole point of that trash Pokemon video was to address the actual technical problems with the artwork. So, and the same with the one I made with Grimmsnarl. It's just that it's so blatantly violating those core principles of design. So, in addition to not looking like a Pokemon, let's be honest. You take those designs, you take them out of context. You've never seen them in the game. You will not think they are Pokemon, or at least you wouldn't have a couple years ago. You would have not thought something like that because they don't look like Pokemon. They just don't. And right now you say, well, yours don't look like Pokemon either. Maybe, probably. I mean, I'm not a designer for the game. And I never do it. I don't do this as a hobby. I'm just doing it now because I've got some mediocre probably design skills and so I'm trying this. And I've designed something that's similar to Pokemon. But this doesn't mean that one has to just trash on something because, well, it's in the game, so it's official. It's like, okay, well, but people also have the right to say, well, that's not good. And those are not good. Those are very not good.
I mean, I've seen your Ethermon that you made for the game, and the Ethermon that I've seen are blow the new Pokemon out of the water.
I admit that some of them
that.
are not as inspired, but those were also the guidelines. Like they have to look more like animals. That's the whole point. And when I made designs that were a little more weird, like a Pokemon could be, I was like, no, that's a little too weird. We want them to feel like animals growing up, and so that's what they look like. So not to justify me or be defensive, it's just that that's the whole point. And so, in my opinion, the point of Pokemon is to be kind of weird, kind of somewhat could be aggressive, but is not, because they have to be your friend, but they also have to fight for you. That's the whole thing Sugimori said. And I don't think the latest designs strike that good balance. And so that's one of the reasons why they feel so strange.
Jay just posted a picture of like a fire boar, like Embor, in the Discord, and I like it way more than the actual Embor.
There are some that I've seen that are so good. That's right. That's pretty cool. It's like a serious version of Embor. That's pretty nice. It's not difficult to make them better. It's just about wanting to do it. You know. But Game Freak doesn't. They have their own. I guess they have their own ideas. Again, plushies. Most likely plushies. I've seen, what's the name of that? The Wooper and the new Wooper evolution that's in this game.
Oh, Clodsire?
Yeah. And someone, it was like, oh, look, we made a plushie, which is like a pillow. It's basically a pillow. It's like, okay, well, Swinub was also just a pillow sort of thing. It's like, fair enough. But when all of them are meant to be just plushies, then, like, come on. That's a little sad, I think. Just plushies is kind of defeating the purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an issue of consistency.
You have to consider consistency and being faithful to the original designs when you're making something. So let's see. Like the problem with this is that the classic capybara pose tends to be very like this. It's like you can tell that's a capybara more or less, although with thicker legs, because it's like that S curve on top with the square face. So I'm trying to get that into something that's a little more dynamic, and I'm finding it pretty hard.
Circling back to part 1, but imagine its tail becomes really big like a mattress / floaty, and it can contract it to float on its back. The beaver tail already has that shape. I'm not, I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of the beaver tail on it. Because I think it obscures the design a little bit. Because, I mean, this is supposed to be a cappy. And adding the beaver tail just makes it look like a beaver.
Yeah, that is also
If you're going to give it a tail, I would give it just the generic rodent tail.
We'll see. It's just that I think, like, especially stage 1, it needs something that's a little more straighter looking. So I don't know. I might have to implement it differently, but we'll see. I mean, this one still works, in my opinion, so we'll see. We'll see.
I just think if you showed that to somebody in a vacuum with the tail, they would immediately assume it's a beaver and not a cappy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Fair enough. Something similar to that, but not quite.
The topic of how terrible the Pokemon design have become is often being dismissed. I think so. Yeah, people tend to focus more on the technical aspects and not some of the visual aspects. I mean, everyone knows that the game graphically looks terrible for being such a... It's supposedly a AAA product, but yeah. I mean, when you compare it to... And that's not even, like, comparing it to other... Like comparing Pokemon to God of War in terms of graphics would be unfair.
Probably
but even
fair.
on other even other Switch games, like I did Xenoblade 3 stream, and Xenoblade 3 looks so much
We can
better
also talk
on
about
the
the fact that
Switch.
the Switch
Yeah.
can run The Witcher 3 in any case. Let that sink. The Witcher can run pretty well. I mean, not exactly looking like the PC or the other consoles version, but it's still pretty good looking from what I've seen.
I think they did a pretty good job on transferring it. It's stable, at the very least.
This one is opening the arms a little more. Maybe you could open your leg. No.
But I mean, like as an amateur Blender artist, I've made landscapes in Blender that look way better than the ones in Scarlet and Violet. So it could just be an issue of we don't have enough time to focus on that.
Yeah, that's probably it. I don't think they don't have the skills, honestly. They just don't want to do it. They could do it. They just choose not to do that. Which is unfortunate, because it would deserve. And as someone was noticing, certainly the transition from 2D to 3D was not well done. Like even the old Pokemon looked desaturated and uninspired with the new 3D.
Yeah, I sent Nemo a video privately that was showing. I didn't even think about this, but yeah, the 3D models are way desaturated compared to the sprites. Gengar, they showed Gengar in that video, and it was a very stark contrast. I don't know why, because Gengar as a sprite and in the previous generations had like a very solid purple, dark purple color, and it really accentuated the red eyes he has. And then in the 3D model, they like totally desaturated it, so it's become like a very almost grayish purple color. And then they also desaturated the eyes, and so there's way less contrast. It's a bizarre decision.
Yeah.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim. No work today? Or work, but later. Okay, this one is a little... It's still in the same vibe. It still has the same vibe as that. But a little different in terms of pose. I don't even know if I need the tail, actually. Be a copy tail. Might want to be a Cappy Tail.
And for those in the Discord, I gave a quick exercise in recreating one of the worst Pokemon I've seen from this generation, which is Spidops. I can't believe that is an actual creature in the game.
Is it the one that with the stick arms that I posted?
That's the cylinders with spheres.
That's very lazy. That's like literally. I don't believe they made a design for that. I will not believe it, even if I see it. Probably, I don't think that they had a design for that. They just went straight to the 3D and like, okay, well, give me a Pokemon that's working the game.
Yeah.
So, okay. It looks like a placeholder.
It legitimately took me 5 minutes to do the arms and legs.
It looks like a placeholder.
Yeah. It would take me less than an hour to actually do the whole thing.
That's really, really lazy in terms of design. It's not even a design. I don't know. It's like a gray box model, and that's not the only one in that game. But it's certainly the one that stands out more. Because it's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah, I got him, jeez. There's a sex bot on YouTube.
Oh. Oops.
Also, Kim, I like your Winnie the Pooh capybara.
I'm also taking a look at Jay's designs. Jeez. Give him a tablet or something. Those are so good. Like the amount of effort he puts in for those being like traditional. That's really cool. Even out of color. Jeez. I'm not so dedicated. I feel lazy in comparison. Okay, that's an Animal Crossing capybara in the making, Kim, I guess. Huh. That's cute. I like the red shirt. Kind of makes it look like one of those guys that make kids shows. Because for some reason
It's
they
like
have to always,
yeah, it's like a Peppa Pig character.
or even the guys like they like actual people that make kids shows. Like there is a guy that makes a program named Stephen Maggie. Probably know it because you must have seen it for work. My son watches that, and he's got a red shirt. And then Art Attack, for those of you who are old enough to remember it, also had a red shirt guy. So. This might work. I do like the fact that maybe a little larger bubble. I'm gonna have to see how it looks with the silhouette on, like just the silhouette. So I feel like there's too much compression here because of the arm, but it still needs it. So let me actually duplicate just this one.
Where's Fiddle at? I wanted to ask him if he knows what a jewel bach is. A jewel bach.
Seems something evil. What is it?
It's like a Yule goat.
Okay.
It's like a goat. Yeah. You make it out of Yule.
The overall shape does not look like a capybara as much because it's a little longer than the other. And the head. I'm gonna try to make it more similar to that pose above because I think it's. The bar needs that bump in the neck, otherwise it's not gonna look like it. It's really gonna look like an otter, though. And it's smiling too much, probably. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
He'll be alright, but yes, he is resting, plus electricity is expensive there as of now. I understand.
He didn't get sick again, right? Because he said his family was sick. Chipmunk or something.
If the fans came together and made their own monster game to rival the Pokemon series, there have been attempts.
Yes, they made like other whatever mon games. They were not so successful. So the point is, one thing is just doing random redesigns like this. One thing is to make an actual product. It's not easy, and you need a team that can actually work in synergy to make it. We should make.
You need to differentiate yourself as well.
Yeah, you cannot just make it. Otherwise, you're just going to be labeled as, oh, the Pokemon clone. So, yeah. Maybe you don't want to spend the next 2 to 5 years making it being someone's, copycat. I don't know if it's worth it because you're going to spend money on that. I don't think
developers and artists don't like doing so.
Yeah. So it's still a hard thing to do. Would be nice if someone made it, but if it's gonna be just a Pokemon clone, it's probably not worth the investment for most people. Probably. Unfortunately.
Okay, Kim. Enjoy your dinner.
All right, have a good dinner. Man, the wind here sure is something.
I mean, Digimon was called a Pokemon clone, and there's really nothing in common.
There is nothing
other
that
than
makes
monsters.
me think about Pokemon and Digimon. It's just a name. It's just a name that sounds similar, but That's it. I don't see any resemblance whatsoever with Pokemon, honestly. Shape here. I know, like the shape, man. This is doing a weird thing here.
You say Shapemon?
Shapemon.
I'm gonna make a game called Shapemon. You can capture a square, and when it evolves, it becomes a bigger square.
Be careful, there might be
Triangle.
someone that tries to match the square with a circle. I mean, the cube with a circle. Like that user that
Oh,
puts that in comments.
wait. This is a great idea, though. Like, I could make a triangle, and then when it evolves, there's another triangle and becomes the Star of David. That'd be great.
I hope that's insensitive. You can't do it. It's not politically correct. You can't.
You can capture a circle, and then it evolves into two circles, and you got the Venn diagram Pokemon.
Okay, these two are very, very similar. Yeah.
That's kind of actually Magneton, but
where fans can add their own designs. I don't know if it's a good idea for for unqualified professionals to add designs to a product. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would make such a game because really, like, what at least what my if nothing else, what my very criticized videos showed is that a lot of people have no idea what design is and design techniques and design rules. So I don't know if given that most people don't, and this is not an insult to people, it's just that I don't know a lot of things about many things that I don't know. Like, I wouldn't make a product based on, I don't know, sewing because I'm not good at it. You know, I'm not professional. So I think qualified people should do it. So fans are good. They're good at doing these things sometimes. I mean, especially, okay, if they are artists, that's fine. But the average Pokemon fan is not an artist. So I don't know if I would want, again, to put...
Well, I think what he means is like they would send on concepts and then you'd have an artist work on them.
I don't know how ethical that would be, though. Because they're doing the work. So
well, yeah, like cheating, there's legal implications.
Yeah,
to that,
there are legal implications about that. I can't... Look, okay, so for example, here's the thing. There was a pretty known person that some time ago posted like a call for artists. It's like, okay, why don't you send in some examples of this prompt? And it was like, draw a tarot card with I don't know what it was, like a gesture or something. And and one of them will be chosen to be part of the book, and obviously your name will be printed, and hopefully you're gonna get more. Despite me liking that person in general, I cannot agree with this type of thing because it's basically free labor. So if you ask people to design Pokemon for you, you are and you should pay them for the revenue. Like, if I give you, say, if Chase gives me an idea for a Pokemon sort of design, and I make it, and then I sell plushies of it, do you think it's fair that it doesn't get any share? I don't think it is. And so that's what would happen, because the company would hold the credits, the copyright for that, and so the original, the person who designed it would get no share. If there was a way to make the person get shares, maybe, why not? But it's very complicated. What if it's a kid? It's legalese, but it's not an easy thing to do. You know, to manage the actual rights and what you can or can't do with the things you design.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I did give you 3 designs for the Halloween Battler pack.
That is true, but you also said, go ahead, do it.
Well, I mean, if that's the case with these people, though, if they want to send in designs.
Yeah,
you
but
can use them.
I saw like 5, not 100,000 of them. There's also a difference in scale. I'm not even a company. I mean, if a company does that and starts marketing, it makes plushies and whatnot, it's kind of different. Also, they're probably not friends, so it would be different in terms of scale, which that's why it would probably matter. But yeah, it's complicated subject. It's too large. It's basically like the other. This and this are basically the same pose, just a slightly different design, slightly ever so slightly different. I don't like it that much. Let's toss it aside. It might also feel a little too small for being stage 2. Although, I mean, if I scale it up to make it match that.
I mean, the other issue with that is that even if you have like the lead artist who's taking designs and curating them, the fact that the concepts are all different, I mean, they would have to be basically altered completely for every concept, because otherwise you're going to have such a disparate set of images for creatures in the game. And that's something you definitely want to avoid, is you want some sort of artistic unity in all the different creatures.
Yeah.
And if you have like a really wild design for one and then like a very simple design for another, that's when you start getting into, this doesn't feel like it's the same game.
Yeah. Well, that's another issue with Pokemon, the recent ones.
Yeah.
Some of them, just even between them, do not seem like they're part of the same game. Even in the same actual game with the same, generation of new Pokemon, sometimes they just don't feel like they're all cohesive.
That's why I always advocate for the singular vision. Even if it's not like great, at the very least it's cohesive. You don't want like 5 different people with 5 different design styles coming up with different monsters and then trying to get somebody to work them all together. It just doesn't work like that. That's why I have Nemo being the sole person doing monster designs in my game. Because when you add too many other people, too many cooks in the kitchen, that's when things start to get messy.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing. That's why you have art directors. Many people think that it's like, okay, this artist designed this thing, and so the artist is responsible. That's not always the case. I mean, the artist certainly did do the design, but the final decision was not his. So if you send in and like 5, let's say 3, that's the usual thing, 3 designs to your art director, and the art director picks the one you like the least, and then changes it, and then says, okay, take this and this and that, and change it and make it this way. And then it's going to be right. It's like, well, you do it because it's your job. Oh, hey, thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. She's so sweet. I was saying, and the art director says, well, you can do this and this and that. The art director is basically your client. You got to do what the art director says because you're hired in that case. Or it's a client. You can't not do it. It's your job. You have to do it even if you don't like it. If you really don't like it, you can bail out the project, of course, at some point. But the main issue is who decides what designs go into the game. So in the case of Pokemon, the point is not even the single artist who designed it. The point is who green lighted it, who green lit this design. And more often than not, there are people that are not even known by...
Oh, and by the way, all of this stuff is also not including how the company meddles in its own products.
Also, yeah,
so consider that as well.
yeah. That is... like the administration, obviously, it's a big company, so it gets in the way. It's like, whoa, we have opinions about this too. It's like, okay, What do you want? Well, we need more plushies, so make it rounder. And maybe the art director also is, or the artist, like, well, it's gonna look like crap. It's like, we don't care. We want more plushies. Okay, well, I'm hired. I'm gonna do it. So that's why I don't pick on the artists who did this Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for games as it is for things like movies. There's a lot of Marvel movies where they talk about how the director had sort of a vision and they want to do it, but then the studio bigwigs were like, well, that's all nice and good, but we want you to include this scene and this scene and this scene. That's why there's a lot of Marvel movies where there's just like random scenes thrown in because the studio wanted them to basically promote upcoming products as well. So everything is a product.
Yeah. And that is problematic. It's really the only way you have, and that's why I do it. The only way you have to see your stuff come alive is to do something for yourself. There's just no other way. You put in your own money, you do your own marketing. It's not going to be as much as you earn otherwise, but I don't see any other way. Because if, as long as you work for clients, you're always gonna be a tool of their vision. And in case of Pokemon, it's the big company's vision of making more money.
Yep, that's why Nemo and I are our own bosses.
Pretty much. And I have a serious problem. This is not a quality. It's the serious problem I have, that I tend not to listen to people. If I think that something is crap and they make me do it, I might just bail out, because I want a certain degree of freedom in what I do, especially if it's art. Like if it's something else, I might say it. Yeah. I don't care. I'm not emotionally involved. Maybe. But in general, with this, I know it's not very mature to do. But I tend to really not want to work with someone that has a vision that's very, very different from mine. Even if
I've legitimately left jobs over things like that.
It's very hard, but it's just like that.
Hey, Fiddle, welcome.
Welcome back, Fiddle, from yesterday today.
Fiddle, do you know what a jewel box is?
What is general shape? Maybe this can work.
Person asks, have you got an idea for stage 3?
Kind of this direction, like making it fatter.
That's what I was thinking, make it really fat and lazy.
I was exploring kind of like that this is not stage 3, it's too small, but I was kind of, going in that direction to see what I was able to get. Because I don't know how big I want it to be. Probably not as, it could be that Jua, that thing. I can't pronounce the prehistoric capybara. It could be, but I'm not sure yet. It's funny to see how some actual official Pokemon designs are basically like not T-poses, but sort of T-poses. What would be a T-pose? Ampharos is one of those. It's just that the head is turned the other direction. That to the Portuguese guy who complained about the fire starter design that I made that was not very dynamic. Just look at the original Pokemon. Like most of them, the original design is just a T-pose. Apart from some key ones like Pikachu, obviously.
Well, Flaffy, if you're talking about Ampharos, Flaffy's art is even worse when it comes to that. It's literally a T-pose.
It's basically a T-pose with a raised foot. So, and most of them are. Even Mara, like I have them now, so obviously I can see them. But it's not a big deal. It's just you're showing off the design, and it's fine. Maybe in the game, then you need something a little more dynamic, but not always. Also, because legitimately making something like a Pokemon that's like, it's gonna be very simplified, very like with short arms probably, or short legs, very like chubby. Making it dynamic is not easy. Like I'm having it's way easier for me to design something more complicated. Like I did, I'm doing a design for Chase again, And that was way easier to do compared to this. Not only because I had the original idea that Chase made, but because it's got more room for moving. And so when you make a Pokemon like this, the thing that's mostly important is the actual shape more than the pose. And that is why I'm doing a lot of iterations about this. A lot. A lot of iterations. Needless, probably. I'm very undecided, but nevertheless, iterations day.
Yeah, the one you're doing for me right now, I like the pose because it kind of looks like it's drifting to the side, right? Which makes sense given the
Which one?
concept.
Wait. Right. Okay, which one now on screen? Where on the circle? What hour?
No. I'm talking about the one you're working on for me.
Oh,
not
okay.
This capybara.
Yeah, I did use some skaters as like speed skaters, ice speed skaters, speed ice skaters.
And he still looks creepy, which is what I wanted.
It is kind of creepy. It is uncanny, man. The wheel. Oops, maybe I should not say it. Is it a secret monster?
No.
Okay, those things from Return to Oz. Those are so creepy. Man,
they're supposed to
They
be.
really are creepy. Like, I seriously find them creepy. They're so very, very strange.
They make a great monster.
They do. They actually do.
Did you watch the video I sent you?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. Now you know why I wanted a chicken monster to oppose them.
That would have given me nightmares when I was a kid. Like it's even got two faces. Jeez, it's got one face and then another underneath it.
Yeah.
Man. That is odd. That is odd.
We didn't integrate it into design. I even thought about having like the like a bunch of wires or strands hanging off like they do in the movie. Like the helmet they're wearing has like a bunch of like strands coming off of it. I don't know. Something to think about, I guess.
Okay, maybe this one has got two bubbles instead of one. And one is underneath. It's above. And it's still kind of the same pose. It's very similar, but hopefully I can make it different enough. So. Remove the head. There you go. It's gotta be like this. Okay. Creepy dead Pokemon.
What's your opinion on Pokemon having different forms? I think it depends on how it's implemented.
Yeah, same. I'm not against the idea. Not at all. I actually, it's kind of like what I've always done when I was a kid. I was making variations of stuff, right? Of Dragon Ball and other stuff. So I'm not against variations, the least, really. But it depends on how it's done. Because if it's done poorly, then it's just, okay, well, it's just, we made this because we didn't know what else to do. And we just wanted more stuff in the game. So if that's a reason, then I don't like it. If it's something that's actually thought, like some of the alternative forms I kind of like. I don't remember which ones right now, but some of them, I was going through the list today. Some of them are not bad. I kind of like them even more than the original, maybe. Some others are just insane, like the Galarian Meowth. That's ridiculous. I don't like that at all.
I'm not a big fan of the Alolan Persian, Garfield-looking version. That. But yeah, I mean, like,
I think he's talking more about like alternative forms for specific Pokemon. Like
Oh, okay.
Nemo did a design for the desert pack where it's like an urn monster and there's like a concealed and then like an open version.
Yeah.
And that's like a neat idea. So if Pokemon like that can play into the theme or an idea of a Pokemon design. I'd like it when it's done well, like that. It's just some of them just feel like superfluous. Like I don't understand why there's a differentiation. Like
Some of them are
Keldeo's
not
two
needed,
forms.
really. Yeah. Pretty much. Like, if they're needed, this looks like it should. Uh, wait a second. If it's not needed, then why doing it? It's still loading? Jeez. Yeah, I gotta give it a head. It's not looking good at a head. This one. I just have to draw it because it's... Okay, that is a very similar pose compared to this.
What's your opinion on the idea of Pokemon fusion?
That would be more like
Digimon.
fan stuff, probably. If it's fan stuff, it's fine. I'm not sure how it... I mean, they could crossbreed. They could introduce some kind of mechanic that crossbreeds them, maybe.
Yeah, but I think he's talking more like Kyurem, how Kyurem can fuse into Reshiram or Zekrom.
Yeah.
Changes the design. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I like how they look. I don't know about as a concept though.
Yeah.
But
That's literally DNA
yeah.
Digivolution. When War Greymon and Metal Garurumon fuse become Omegamon.
That's pretty cool, by the way. Now this feels too much like a biped. Too much like a biped.
Yeah, I'd like Lycanroc.
I don't know what that is. What is Lycanroc? Someone is kind enough to explain me. But what is? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna check it out later. It's like a Mew pose. It does not work. Nice, my voice is dying. Face died on the Lycanroc thing.
No, I didn't. I was talking to somebody.
Okay. I thought my question killed you.
No, Lycanroc is a Pokemon.
Yeah, well, I figured. I mean, I don't know what kind of Pokemon that is.
It's a rock wolf.
Yeah, I have no idea, so I can't really say anything about it.
Here, I'll just send you a picture.
Let's see.
I'll send it to you on Discord.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't like it. No. This might be one of those that I want to try fixing a little bit. It's not terrible. I think there are... I'm concerned about the fur on the neck a little bit, and the way that there's like a very acute angle in the back leg, the back legs for the color difference. This is like a hippo now. Yeah, nah, I don't like it a lot. I do not.
The only, well, I think it's okay. My issue is that the rock design is just like kind of tacked on. It's like we put little stalagmites in the fur, and that's it. It doesn't really feel totally rock type to me, but
No, it doesn't feel rock type at all to me. So
I think his point here, I'll send you another one, is that Lycanroc has different forms. So like that's a different form for him. I just sent you.
all right, let me see. But that's the same. I mean, it's very similar, apart from the shape of the fur. Everything else is pretty much in the tail. Yeah, you could see it, but the tail is pretty much the same. It's just that it's waving differently. You could even say that the fur is just waving differently. I don't know.
Well, there's also another form.
It doesn't feel. It probably doesn't feel different enough, I guess. It doesn't feel like rock to me, personally. Yeah, these are all... God, how can I make it psychic, but also...
Yeah, I sent you the other one. The other one is a biped, though.
I think I know it. Okay, yes. This is different, but I don't like it. No, I don't like the way the fur is shaped, honestly. Not the least.
I never noticed on the biped like the difference between the arms and the hands. It's a little jarring.
Yeah.
The arms are like twigs, and then it's got these big paws.
Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan.
That's one of those ones where it's like there's an idea there. It's more like the way they executed it was a little bland.
Yeah.
This is why we should go through all of the designs for every generation and just give brief thoughts on them.
Could do. Okay, let's see if doing it this way helps. Because I'm a little stuck, as you guys can see. A little stuck on this. Okay, there you go. Okay, this kind of works a little better. But it's gonna need, let's see, first it's gonna need something like this here. The eyes are gonna have to be smaller. Yeah, it's gonna
Oh, did you say Sammy is here?
No. Where?
On YouTube.
I don't see Sammy in the
That's true. Restream bot must be dead.
Oh god. Oh.
Either that or Sammy's comment just didn't go through. But yes, Sammy, I've seen Burmy without the cloak.
Let's see if this comes through. I see test. And let's see if I see it on I see it. I don't know why. He's not ghosted or anything.
Picks and chooses which ones it
That's
wants to show.
That's very uncanny, honestly, and disturbing. Why is it like basically banning users selectively?
Restream bot sucks. That's
Sucks.
it's entirely possible. It's just an issue with the bot.
Okay, something like this one. Let's see. so do I have a yes front-facing capybara? I do. So the ears can do something like this. Uh-oh. Could also have another. So have the extra float here. Actually, this one is a good candidate for the extra float. That one is. I'm gonna turn it. Silhouette, because I like this pose. I think this is a good candidate. And it's gonna have probably the bubbles as well. Let's see. Okay, if it has one bubble here and the other here, I think it might work. Maybe the other is bigger. Is that a hand there? Wait. Yeah. Or maybe just one. Doesn't necessarily need this. I do like it though. As well. For sorry about the back bubble, but the bottom one, yes.
The silhouette looks like a rat with like a disease. It's got like a huge hunchback.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you can tell it's a rat though, which is okay because it's a rodent.
That's not a bad idea, actually, but unfortunately I have too many rat monsters in my game already.
Disease rat.
Yeah, like a rat with giant boils on its back that explode and they like poison you. Like a bubonic rat.
Sounds so nice. Okay, so this one kind of looks even more psychic to me. Like the front view. Like if it's got, maybe it's got, okay. What if I take, where is it? What's here? Nothing? Nothing. Yep. So what if I take this?
I gotta go now. Mumsy wants to watch some Netflix with me, so yes.
Okay, Kim.
Okay, wow. Netflix and chill with your mom, huh? Enjoy.
I don't watch shows with my mom. I mean,
No. Oh, okay. I thought maybe the Netherlands was more hardcore than I thought.
okay, this can also be modified now, obviously. Okay, this one I like a lot. I like it better than the other one. Like this with the two bubbles. I think it might be cool. Let's see, maybe I can even change the tail and make it upward. No, this one makes it float better. It's like floating actually. And it's pretty clearly a quadruped, so you can tell, I guess, it's like a rat. Maybe a longer face to make it more like a capybara.
You should have the final stage. You should have like a whole bunch of bubbles as a ring around it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, almost like those Japanese spirit beads. except
That's
they use
exactly
the
what I was
bubbles.
thinking yesterday, yes. Okay, I like this one. I think I might go with this. Although, okay, well, I mean, it's still, in general, obviously, it still needs fixing and adjustments, but I think I'm gonna go with this pose because it's pretty nice. And it really, I don't know, it makes me feel like it's really floating because the bubbles are below it, right? So it's given that it's floating in the air. Let's see, like either here or here. Probably. Even be bigger.
I would keep it on the forehead.
The forehead? I go to a little larger. We'll see. Okay, but I will go with this. So let me duplicate it. Because all the others, I mean, first I gotta remove this. Where is that? Where did I put it?
Okay, Kim, see ya.
See you, Kim. So while I like all these three, sketch 2, this is the reference I had. So I like this, and this, and this. Hell, this could even be stage 1. Like this could legitimately be stage 1. Like this. Compared to that, I don't know. Although I like the playful nature a little more. But by removing, obviously, making the head larger and removing the whiskers, I might add something like remove the whiskers, make the head larger. Give something. It could be stage 2. Yeah, stage 1. Could be. Not very happy with it then. Probably the other was better. Looks like an embryo. No, probably not. I will go with the bottom one. Let's just, oh, not bottom. I would say bottom left, I guess. These are still not, they're not terrible. They're just basically the same design in 2 different fashions. It's just I cannot add a bubble here to make it look like, I do want it, it's a good idea to have 2 bubbles, because like stage 1, 1 bubble, stage 2, 2 bubbles, stage 3, more bubbles. So that could work. Now it's just about figuring out what works for this sort of design, this sort of pose. So let's Control X, Control V.
The one on the top right on its back is the one that looks the most like a Cappy, though.
The center one? The one on the left or right?
The one on the right.
It does. It does.
I like the floating one with the 2 orbs, but it looks like a rat, not a Cappy.
I know. Maybe I can see if I can implement the shape of the head or something, or change it, because I would like to keep that pose. This doesn't feel like stage 2 to me. This don't feel like, feels like stage 1 maybe.
I think it's just because the one with the 2 orbs, the head is like it's very narrow. And when you think of Cappy, they have like a very wideish head with snout.
Maybe I can just change the head. Okay, let's try to change the head. It's not very wide, it's just rectangular. I mean, from all the pictures I have here, it's more, I cannot even tell that much because it's very furry. But it doesn't feel that large. In fact, it seems even like more squeezed compared to a rat or a mouse. Like if you take
I
this,
think it's because you're having it face the camera, the face. The fact that the top right one is the one that looks most Cappy to me, because you're capturing that sort of rectangular shape very well.
Yeah, I cannot just paste it on because it's too different. It's like, this file is 840 megabytes. Jeez. Maybe there is a way for me to just make it look like a copy with the straight the head looking towards the camera. Because I don't think this doesn't work. Just pasting on is not a good idea.
Yeah, because it looks like it's doing the anime thing where he's got like the bubble gum in his mouth.
Okay, let's see. I've got a lot of photos of copy bars that are facing me. So let's see. Oops. Oh, come on, Streamlabs. Okay, what if I just redesign? Where's the square here? There you go. No, I'm gonna keep it. What if I? Okay, wrong layer. Good layer. Okay. So the point is that the copy is something like this, and then it goes back here, and it's very long. Removing the tooth, maybe. That and then I'm just copying it now, not really designing, but just try to get the gist of it and maybe figure out what can be a. This is like a cow now.
It's looking better though.
It's like a cow. It's really hard to tell. It's like a tiger, you know. Yeah, I don't like it. It's kind of ugly. It's kind of weird. I'm really. Is there a skull here so that I cannot really tell the actual shape of the face because it's so much fur. It's like they don't have a neck or something. It's like all together.
Their face is a big oblong snout.
Just draw it like a rectangle, says person. No. I don't even know if it's facing like the previous one is more like a hamster than a rat. This is ugly. This is so ugly. I don't like it. The least. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about it, I guess. Because this is not... I like the pose. I would really like to keep this pose. Really, really. I just don't know if it's... I should... Okay, I'm gonna see if there is a way. In any case, I have to work later also. So, I will see if I can find a way to make it look like it's a capybara without making it look like a person. And also because we have to go now. It's 29. This looks too much like a person.
How many people have you seen?
Yeah, it's a weird person, like a caricature version of a person.
It's like a Japanese nerd.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm a programmer, bro. Don't you know me? I work for Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I make high quality products like Windows.
Yeah. It sounds like one of those Indian scams. Okay, I'm gonna have to rework this, but I like the pose. I want try my best to keep that pose. If not, if I can't do it, I will still do it, and we're gonna waste a lot of time on stream. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we're gonna be back tomorrow, continuing this, hopefully getting somewhere. I apologize, it's taking time, but design takes time, and good ideas don't always come easy. So this mean guy here is probably gonna go, and we'll see what else we can do. Okay. So have a good one, everybody.